Hello folks and welcome to Red Solstice 2 Survivors, a game that came out a while back. Red Solstice 2 Survivors is a real-time tactics game, top-down tactics game that kind of feels like what would have happened if, how like Dota was basically a custom mode for Warcraft 3. Red Solstice and Red Solstice 2 feels like a custom mode for StarCraft, basically. It's basically a top-down, real-time... It's got RTS controls, but you're controlling a single character, fighting waves and waves and waves of enemy monsters. Reminds me a lot of things like Alien Swarm, if you played that as well, and things like Helldivers as well. Reminds me a lot of Helldivers. And I think Helldivers and Alien Swarm came after Red Solstice 1. Red Solstice 1 came out quite a while ago, I believe. And has also a feel of old Flash game about it, slightly. It is a game that can be played... It has a campaign. I think campaigns are fairly new, but it used to be played in skirmish mode with up to 8 players. You can play skirmish mode with up to 8 players in co-op or with AI companions. But they've got a campaign up and running. I have been running a bit of a campaign with a Fallen Shogun, on and off a little bit. But when we did that, we didn't record the tutorial or the first mission. So I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to give people I'll give you the beginning of the campaign and the tutorial mission, so we all know what we're doing. And then as I play with Shogun, I'll be putting out episodes later on. I think maybe a little bit more sporadically, depending on when we can get together to record, of us playing the campaign. And I may do my own campaign separately, who knows. But anyway, so this is Red Solstice 2, unless we can start from here. We are playing, it's on Mars. That's why Red Solstice. But let's go here. Anyway, the only campaign at the moment is the Elysium Corporation. The leading Martian corporation excelling in technological research. Numerous scientific outbreaks provided the company with a military edge only a few other corporations can match. Elysium had a massive influence on Martian society, but centralized most of its assets in Tharsis colony. Elysium had a total domination with operational combat suit troops, which were primarily stationed at Tharsis and GED Elpida. Unofficial numbers suggest around 600 suits. After the Tharsis catastrophe, which I think is Red Solstice 1, the company found itself without leadership and assets widespread across the planet. Elysium's current status is unknown, but it is believed that the company is falling to its demise since the majority of its combat suit assets fell defending Tharsis, which is ultimately destroyed by Solar. And you can play a co-op campaign. You can play with randoms, you can play with friends, you can play public. I'll keep it private just for tutorial purposes. In a co-op campaign, all players use the campaign's unlocked gear and tech. Because if you're playing skirmish mode, you gain like account experience, and using account experience you can unlock new things. If you're playing a campaign, the host has to basically has a tech tree. It's completely separate from account experience. There's a tech tree where they have to unlock and research new things, because there's a meta layer, there's a strategy layer, which is kind of like XCOM. This is kind of like real-time. It could be seen as real-time tactical strategy XCOM rather than turn-based XCOM, where you control one character rather than a whole bunch. But in a co-op campaign, all the players use the same tech tree. In a normal campaign, the host uses the tech tree, the rest will just use their accounts, the global profile stuff. Anyway, we'll keep it on co-op against a private campaign. Doesn't make a difference for me at the moment. Right, difficulty, normal. We'll keep the tutorial up because that's the whole point. I want to show the tutorial off so that when we go forward, we know what we're doing. I want to keep it on normal as well. You can play on hard. You see, easy, enemy health is down, enemy damage down, enemy speed, enemy armor, enemy suppression regeneration, because if you can suppress enemies. How much it takes for them to be suppressed, and how much the enemy's health regens. Normal lowers health regen and suppression regeneration, and hard actually gives them like a boost to damage, speed, and suppression. I love that even in hard they get a malus to enemy health, which is interesting, because some things can get to be quite tanky. Let's go, shall we? Let's begin.
Each time night falls, we see a bright light in the Martian sky. It is not a star. It is a planet we used to call home. Earth was devastated by mutants 2 centuries ago. Our dream has always been to take it back. A dream that turned into a nightmare.
Oh God.
in this mad world. Only the mad are sane.
Acknowledged. New objective is to secure the perimeter.
We're unable to secure. We're being overrun. Put your ground damage in the ceiling! Command, this is human death. I'm the only one left. I need backup.
Executor unit activated. Initiating recovery process.
I want to see if I can turn on subtitles or something. Right, pause. Can I use the map hints? Nope. Okay, fair enough.
Primary metabolism fully recovered. Welcome back, Executor. I'm Emma, an artificial intelligence program in the service of the Founders. I will continuously update your map with markers and plot a course to rendezvous with a nearby Marine team pinned near the helipad.
I can actually get a word inside of this guy. But yes, this is an RTS game. You've got like WSAD controls for the camera. You move with right click and so forth. Which is weird. This is not a twin stick shooter. They specifically tell you on the Steam page, this is not a twin stick shooter. It does not have twin stick controls. Do not get a controller and think you can do twin stick on this. You cannot do twin stick on this. It requires mouse and keyboard. And you're basically controlling a single character in an RTS. In this case, is the Executor. This is my rank in the game. This is the outside rank, the rank of the account-wide rank. We have menus or anything? Focus camera, camera lock. Map has been disabled for the time being. Okay. So might as well follow the thing. So you move with right click. You can click to attack, but if you have Overwatch, it basically is auto fire within range. So D, S, A. Let's do some tutorials. Let's move around here, have a look around. You can also use the mouse wheel to turn the camera as well, because it's full 3D camera. Full 3D. You can spin the camera around. That's full. We can zoom in and out. You can zoom in a little bit closer, I suppose. Press spacebar to center the camera. If you press center, it also focus camera as well, so you can. I don't have to keep doing WSAD. Overwatch is good for tight corners. Turn on Overwatch. Thank you very much. B rotate camera counterclockwise. Why would you ever use the B's for this? B and N. That's just a really weird location. Right click to interact with the door. The door is red. It's currently locked and underpowered, so we're currently bashing it down. Escape. Area map. Thanks. There's not actually opening the area map here, but I hit escape regardless. Set your marine to automatically see. I've done Overwatch. Come on. How many times do you want to do Overwatch? Okay, this Overwatch automatically shooting. I can turn Overwatch off to control my shots myself. Let's go over there. Door switch.
Present Marines are considered expendable. Continue advancing forward.
Charming, Emma. You're all charming. Explosive barrel. Because if I hold shift to bring up the you can aim yourself. Oop, reloading as well. F, activate system skill. That's my melee, I believe. You can have your skills over here. So you have experience, which is over here. You get skills, which you can set up in the loadout screen beginning of a mission. You have basically 4 skills numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you have 2 like side skills, which are your F and V. In which case my F is a melee attack, and my V is a scanning. Ooh, nice. Let's make a move. Go through here. More ammunition. You can hit R to reload. If you reload, you waste any ammo that's left in the magazine. Let's get some grenades up and running. This is a nitrogen grenade. Okay. Stimulant. You can left click to use items in the inventory, or you can just use Control A, Control Q, Control W, etc. Much like the inventory you have in a oop, hello. Much like the inventory you have in a MOBA. Tutorial for basic UI. Main method of monitoring situation, character information, backpacks, skills, buffs are shown up here, primary, secondary weapons, and any squad mates would be over here. And the current monster wave and stuff isn't relevant at the moment, but would be shown at the top. Let's scan again. Right, let's keep going. E. Well, they really won't use Overwatch, don't they? Overwatch. This is your energy at the bottom. Overwatch, like, basically reserves a chunk of your energy. And also you move slower when you're overwatching. They really want me to overwatch. Fine, I'll keep doing the overwatch. Where are we going? Oh, and they're there. Okay. More ammo in here. You can move and shoot at the same time. You can. So you can. If I right click there, I can use my. I can keep holding control to aim, move, and shoot. Good. Right, let's get in there. Caps lock triggers. So yeah, caps lock is basically like, it's much like use a keyboard. If you have caps lock, it's like you're holding shift down. you can also right click and therefore keep going.
Reloading.
Oop.
Reloading.
Oop. Ah, okay. Every once in a while, enemies will drop a STROL sample. STROL is the kind of mutant. They're STROL mutants. If you get a STROL thing, you use it and you get a buff that gives you 1% crit chance and 10 max health for a certain amount of time. Get our stims, our heal as well. Left shift automatically uses the quick aiming, which is again, it's like it's the temporary version of caps lock. Now, Overwatch on, because I don't. If you look at you can see their health numbers. Ouch. The health numbers are the red bar is health. So the bigger creatures will have a health number displayed, and the yellow bar on top of that is suppression. If they're fully suppressed, they slow down, and can't do much.
Need to clear some space.
Right, let's use the alternate secondary ammo to load ammo into my secondary weapon. You only got a certain amount of things, space in your inventory, so you can use it as when you need to. Secondary ammo, secondary ammo, secondary ammo. Oh, we got a lot of secondary ammo here. Reloads, ammo wasted 2 because I had 2 rounds left in the magazine. Done. Press Q for secondary weapon. In my case, my secondary weapon is now a flamethrower. So I've got my Q. My secondary weapon is ready. Ooh, I'm currently burning because I put myself on fire like a legend. Yeah, let's make a. Yeah, just stop burning, Nemo. Let that fire go away. There's a STROL sample over there. Okay, can I put it out with a nitrogen fire? No, I can't. A nitrogen grenade will not put out the fire. That will though. Over there. So there's several items. You have bandages, which heals health and cures bleeding. Anti-venom cures poisoning and prevents poison. Ammo adds to your. You have a maximum number of magazines you can carry. You can pick up the boxes like this, and you can drop them as well. You can press X, I drop magazines as well to share ammo between everybody. Stimulants increases critical chance and movement speed, and also cures fractures and removes any slows. And the ammo basically gives me explosive ammo in my main magazine, on my shotgun in this case. Stimulants over there. Stuff stacks to up to limit. Stimulants stacks up to 5, bandages up to 3, anti-venom to 5, ammunition up to 20, and so forth. Standing near barricades provides a combat bonus. My buffs. There you go. So I've got revive sticks because I'm main character. Tutorial. STROL research, and I've also got held position well near a barricade. Increased weapon range, increased damage, reduced reload time, reduced minimum reload time. Kinetic resistance, destructive energy resistant. So kinetic, destructive, and energy are the damage types. So there's increased resistances, less weapon spread, increased suppression, lowers manual aiming time, lowers Overwatch retargeting time, like how long it takes to swap targets. Let's go stay next to the barricade. You see? Yeah, okay. And... Oop. Hey, buddy. The damage numbers also, the color of the damage numbers also is what thing they do. Yellow numbers are kinetic, red numbers are destructive. Those are all kinetic. My melee attack is energy damage, and the explosive damage there is... The destructive damage is a red. My flamethrower does destructive damage. Explosive weapons do destructive. Oh, they really want me to Overwatch, don't they? Right, fine, have your way. Let's keep going. Ooh. And the games get the missions get really, really frenetic. Frenetic? Is the word I'm looking for? Frenetic, hectic, crazy, a lot of people. Ammunition. Bliss. More ammunition. It'll stack over there. Yep. Okay. Open the door. Let's get out of here. Escape the building. Ah. Friendlies.
It's the Executor!
Yes, I am the Executor. Hello.
About time. Wait, where are the others? Oh, never mind. Evac is on the way, but my
Yay.
tracker is picking up a lot of movement. Get ready for a fight.
If you wish. Stay near the barricade.
Chances for survival will drastically increase if you set up the explosive turret. I recommend you do that now.
It's an item.
Need to clear
I'm
some
currently
space.
full. I'll just drop the anti-venom for a moment. Pick up the explosive
Place
turret.
the turret in the location I have designated to maximize
Control
its
W.
efficiency.
Turret on.
Incoming! For the Founders!
You can also relocate skill points, by the way. So if I press Control 2, I can remove the points from that, and Shift 2 to put them back on again. So you can shift around your points with no penalty. So you have skill points, you can just shift them around mid-fight, which is very helpful depending on what you want. Like right now, I don't need that. For example, put that up there. Give me extra heals. It takes energy to move the points. It looks like fair enough. You learn, you live, you learn. Do you see the health numbers there, like their HP numbers? And they got this armor as well. It has armor, so you have to go through the armor to get through the health. And some weapons are better at armor than others.
Reloading.
Am I close enough? I'm too far from the wall to get. There you go. Now I get my barricade powers again. Grenade.
Aiming.
Nitrogen grenade.
Attention all units.
Causes max
The solar
stagger.
weapons system has been activated.
Ah, hell! That's right on top of us!
Executor, be advised, your implants are needed for the solar mainframe protocols. Extraction is aborted.
I believe this is meant to be like
Proceed
the end of
communications
the
array.
what happened at the end of the
Still
catharsis
that crap.
incident.
We knew this would be a suicide run. Executor, we have your back.
Explosives are required for the most suitable route to the solar control room. I have marked
Oh.
the nearest explosive material.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's drop the anti-venom again. Pick up a satchel charge. Or 2 satchel charges. Oh, I'm heading back again. Okay, fine. I'll head back this way. Come on, Marine and Neurosurgeon, Nanosurgeon and Engineer. You are required. And through here. And we need to get through this place, because, you know, there's a wall there. We need to get through over there. And a lot of the stuff in this game is actually destructible.
Stay back! Watch out for the explosive radius!
You can just go through walls and stuff if you need to get places, because maps are going to be one massive map with several missions across the map sometimes, so you have to move around,
Is lost. There's nothing more
and
to save
you
here.
win by evacing,
I
because
ask only
there's
one
always
thing.
way too many monsters.
Send all these mutant freaks to hell.
Full suppression, we're taking a lot of damage. More STROL samples. STROL samples will stack up to like 20 times, I think. But again, keeps going up, now 4% crit chance increase. Savage's Burners. Increases combat capabilities and converts damage to destructive. Where? What is this? Okay, I'll take that, thank you very much. Haven't seen that one before. Never actually looked at this tutorial before, I think. So that's just it. So if I control S, got a temporary buff. which gives me an additional crit chance and makes all my damage explosive. Destructive, I mean. Let's fire solar, shall we? Comms relay calibration, which on a regular map can do a bunch of other things, but for this plot reason it has things to do. We turned on the thing, let's fire solar and then get the hell out of Dodge. Now, Tharsis, region population, infestation super duper high, intel low. Each intel level prolongs mission duration by 12 hours. Intel 4 enables assault missions. Higher intel increases the chance for assault missions. Intel level decreases evacuation timer for non-rescue deployments. As in ones where you're not trying to rescue people. Infestation level 4 will cause mutant attacks on critical assets, outposts, trailerformers, colonies. Missions with high infestation are extremely difficult. Determines starting wave and amount increases present, and each infestation level decays intel by 10% bar daily. So the higher infestation, the worse things are for you. Global population 90 million. Global infested 31 million. Consequences of usage? We kill 4.2 million people, but we kill 12.6 infested. I believe later in the campaign you can do this naturally, but it's just part of the tutorial, so we'll fire solar. We'll fire a space cannon to just obliterate a city. How about that? I believe that is the Tharsis incident they're talking about. Daka.
We never knew the Executor contributed to the activation of solar.
That's not what it says.
But even if we did, it wouldn't change much.
Red Solstice 2, survivors.
We are the Founders, and you are the Executor. A high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. Your origin is irrelevant. Your mission is not. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of STROL mutants. A powerful landship will serve as the base of your activities. It is a mobile castle from which you will liberate Mars. Lead your operatives, research your enemy, and develop your own capabilities. We are always watching your progress.
And now we lead on to the strategic part of the mode. The Tharsis colony has been destroyed. Shockingly, we did that ourselves. The terraformer in the Tharsis region has been destroyed. 1 month after the destruction of Tharsis. The Executor's orders. This is the overriding orders for your campaign. Executor, you have been brought back online in order to defeat the STROL virus by any means necessary. Our intelligence reports that the STROL virus is slowly infesting the entire Martian surface and human populace. Complete containment of the STROL virus cannot be achieved. All you can do is delay the infestation until a permanent solution can be achieved. Your orders are as follows. Find a way to permanently stop the STROL virus. Pick and choose your missions. You can't save everyone. Closely monitor your resources, as they are getting scarce. Keep infestation levels low, otherwise missions will become extremely difficult. Research and develop new technologies to gain an edge over the STROL mutations. Manufacture single-use items for combat deployments to gain an advantage. Build up your Marine and Black Ops forces to combat the virus on all fronts. Establish an intelligence network within each region and use this information to prevent colonies from falling. Pay attention to regions with terraformers. If a terraformer is overrun, it will rapidly spread infestation everywhere and has to be destroyed. However, that will increase red storms. Elysian Corporation, Founders, and all of humanity is counting you, Executor. So, new objectives: emergency extraction. Initiate dropship scans of current region. Complete emergency extraction mission. Inspect soldiers in the armory.
Executor, welcome to the Landship. This will be your base of operations from now on. All research and development projects will take place on it. The Solar is an orbital weapons platform built upon the surface of Phobos. This was the first combat firing, which inadvertently destroyed all Mars communication infrastructure.
Whoopsie.
The world map allows you to access and dedicate yourself to specific combat deployments while making strategic decisions, such as building, scanning, and expanding regional influence.
Okay. Yeah, we have ourselves our strategic layer. We have the supplies we have, which is used to build structures, to research things, to create engineering items, and we'll get a certain amount every week. We have deployment points, which we used for deployment. We can only deploy while we have deployment points, so if we run out of deployment points, we can't deploy until we get some more. Again, we get 10 every week. We are capped at 10 as well, whereas supplies can just keep accruing. Specialists are basically people, engineers and so forth, we can use to build items and so forth, and then our global intel level represents how much intel we have and increases like research speed and engineering speed. We have the world map, we have our armory.
Base personnel were recruited selectively from well-known military establishments. They have all passed special mental training, which means that they will all give you undying loyalty.
Yay. And you have basically ourselves,
The armory loadout
which we can
allows
load out.
you and your soldiers to gear up before each combat deployment.
Thank you. Where you have, you know, you can unlock new combat suits. So this is the assault suit, which has different, like, you have a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, and your modules. And different suits have different loadouts for like how many slots you have. Like a medic suit doesn't have a big thing over here. Assault suit has more there. There's a rebalance of support, defense, and offense here, and what modules you can get your hands on. So you can build your suit up with modules, which are these ones over here. Systems, which are the ones over here. So you have like 4 modules and 2 systems. And so at the moment we have, for example, you've got stimulants, which increases health and increases damage, lowers retarget time, lowers reload time, so forth, gives you a little bit of healing. We have a passive for critical hit. We have grenades. We have buckshot, shotgun. You can get a sonic flashbang. We can get a smoke grenade. Every module has a cost of energy, which gets used up over here. You can have upgrades. We have ones here that increases your suit energy, lowers damage, increases your health. Our modules here: grenade, critical hit, buckshot. We have our energy blade, which is our melee, and adaptive systems, which lets you move faster in combat. And if you're near a door or a window or a barricade, you get basically the same. If you're inside a door or a window, you get the same bonuses as you would get next to a barricade. Then you have power dash, which lets you run faster and lets you run into things. What else do we have? Defense. We had armor overload, increases armor and removes slow debuffs. Field treatment, applies a medkit. Support, we have no modules, but we have like glow sticks, sprinting, thrusters, dashing, harpoons, adaptive systems, and you can have things, a lot of things here to help out your stuff. You have weapons, you can unlock more weapons as you go along. You have the Gauss automatic assault rifle, the Rhino pistol. Then I think there's the two different models of the Gauss. I believe one of them was like from the old game. I believe they're the same gun. They're just different things. You have secondaries, an automatic shotgun, a Cerberus. You have eventually you can get soldiers. We haven't got that far yet, but you can have up to 3 AI companions with you as well. Yeah, level 48. That's my overall level. I haven't got any of those yet. World map, you can't have anything else. We gotta basically do missions, can we? Right, let's do some scanning here. I'll carry on a little bit longer before we stop.
This is lore feeling of the MCC. Unknown forces have destroyed Tharsis. Many suspect Elysium itself, but some claim STROL has arrived on Mars. So far, all these...
Right, so complete the emergency extraction mission, which we have here. Emergency extraction gives us some followers. If we want to get those, we'll get the AI followers and we move on from there. So 10 deployment, it costs 3. Intel in the region, to station in the region, difficulty of the mission. This is a story mission, so there are story missions and there are like the random missions you get to do stuff. What region you're in, how strong the storm is, the kind of mutants that will be around, and how heavy the waves are. If you have the more intel you have, the more you know about the stuff coming and what mutants are present. Desecrators, zombies, fat zombies, and a leader desecrator. It'll take us 3 hours to travel to the mission.
Executor, a dropship has crashed on the outskirts of a nearby colony. It was transporting our top STROL examiner on board. An SOS transponder was sent. Rescue operation initiated.
And you can change things. Like, as you get more technology, you can increase your air support, you can increase your artillery support, you can change how quick the horde arrives. The more things are beneficial to you, the more deployment things cost. The more things are worse for you, the less deployment it costs. So you can make horde arrival can be either from instant or from like quick and slow and take forever. So it will give you more time between waves and so forth. Makes things easier. Air support increases the amount of pre-supplies on the field, and artillery support basically destroys the colony, reduces the amount of resources that are there, but also destroys buildings so you can get into them and so forth. Also gives malices to enemy health and so forth because they all taking damage. You can change your difficulty here. Any items here, if you've built items you can take with you, these are the one-use items they were talking about before. So you can take an extra ammo, you can take an extra medkits as one-use items. I'm not going to change anything here. We haven't got much to change, so we'll just keep going as is with the GAR, with the automatic shotgun, with stims, a passive for critical hits. So every level gives you 2% of critical chance, and bonus to critical damage. A grenade requires 50 energy. That requires 30 energy. There's destructive damage on target, with additional radiuses and armor shredding. Cooldowns, activation ranges, etc. Buckshot fires a lethal energy-based buckshot-like substance in a targeted direction. Because it does a bunch of damage. A lot of damage. Fairly cheaply as well, and later levels also shred armor. You can have up to... I think you can have up to 8 players, including your AI companions. You can have quite a bit. Missions can be quite hectic, and of course the more players there are, the more things happen in the mission, the more stuff happens. Ooh, I hear gunfire. Gunfire.
Executor, a transponder is close by. I am marking it on your map.
Ow. Right, we have a GAR, so it's an assault rifle rather than a... I've got an open wound because I've been hit a couple of times. God damn it. Right, I've got... You start off with 3 skill points to spend, so we're going to put a skill point into stimulants, a skill point into critical hits, and a skill point into grenade. And so yeah, so if you escape, you can see the map. This is the map, and the maps are like this. Like the map, I can go anywhere on this map. They just have to complete missions and evacuate. There is no end. There's no finish. You'll never be able to kill everything. So you do your missions and you leave. I've currently got 2 revive sticks as well because main character and so forth. You can equip revive sticks on the loadout screen. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, we're going in there. Linotod. Sublinotod. Go around here. Oh, you want to go that way? Fine. You can see on the map how many enemies there are as well, and there will be way more. There will be so many more. Oop, grenade. Oop. Well.
Reloading, cover me.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Aiming.
Shotgun.
Aiming.
Ow. Right.
Reloading, cover me.
Reload. Right, okay. Get through the door is difficult because there is no power here. You see that's off, so you can either blow through the door. The door has a health level you can attack through. The door has 900 health, very, very low. Or I can try to find the power output, the power node, power relay. We'll turn the door on. Loads of the areas of the map will basically be unpowered. You gotta get the power relay up and running.
Terminating.
Good power relay is on. Reload. Doors open. So I'm not sure the door's open because the power relay was there, or it's because that alien has arrived. Who knows? Right, Lina, what up? You're a medic, aren't you? Yes, you are. Give me some ammo.
Warning,
Loot
mutant
some
horde
lockers.
approaching.
Executor? Did you come for us? Oh,
Bandage.
wow. Sorry, sir. Lena Todd, reporting for duty, sir.
Reloading.
Oops. Here they come. Go to Overwatch. Overwatch has less range than you would otherwise be able to do, so I used to use a lot of Overwatch. I'm trying not to rely so much on Overwatch anymore, depending on the weapon I've got equipped, because Overwatch tends to be wasteful, tends to be slower. You can get a lot more done.
Executor, my knight in shining armor.
Wow, Lena.
Oh,
Shush.
sorry, sir. Anyway, the rest of my team should be alive. I hope.
I
I'll
too
send you
hope.
their transponder codes.
Transponder codes received.
Come on, Lena. Let's get out of here. That's the shotgun. Right, let's keep making a move. Alina is not one of your like random companions. You get like, oh god, let's get out of the fire.
Cover me.
Yeah. You see these things? You see also at the top. You see the health bars over, like under the wave marker. You'll see, like their health and their defense. So the big ones are resistant to kinetic, which is why I keep saying low whenever I attack it. So yeah, see anything there?
Reloading.
Really? It's got resistance to a lot of stuff. So can I work my way through this at all? No, it does not much damage. Fine, we'll go ahead and we'll make our way around this. Where do you want us to go? Oh, it's far away. Never mind. I thought you wanted to go right there. Oops. Excuse me, real quick. Oh, let's just keep moving. Turn on the Overwatch while I'm busy, and we'll keep moving.
Reloading. Cover me.
Ah, I'm reloading. Come on. Trying to check my phone and keep it quiet at the same time. Give me the ammo. Thank you. Give me a med kit. Thank you. Give me some nitrogen ammo, please. Turn that off. Control W to turn off some nitrogen ammo. Let's make a move.
Aiming.
Let you do a lot of shooting because you don't have ammo problems. I do. Keep going. And almost there. Head down this way. Lark Terrace and Bob Seeker and a turret as well. Reload. Got a barricade?
I see you're still alive, Lena.
Nope.
Yes, Lark. And look, the Executor himself came to save us.
Oh.
Executor, Corporal Lark Terrace reporting in. And Private Bob Seeker. Kenneth, Bob. Welcome back.
I am detecting more hostiles
Reloading.
approaching.
Cover me.
Keep shooting, keep shooting. They're invisible. Here. Quick heal.
Reloading.
Defense squad until extraction. You have 30 seconds left to go. I believe there is friendly fire in this game, at least with other players. Not sure if you have friendly fire with AI. Do watch out. I think it might not be with bullets, but definitely with explosives.
Reloading. Cover me.
Nitrogen out. That was facing the wrong way. Thanks there, bug.
Reloading.
Emergency point marked on map.
Where are we going? Up there, okay. Let's keep going. Come on, you two. That's the turret, okay. Let's keep going. Give me another point into stimulants. Ooh, lockers. Get some stuff. There's a power thing in there as well. And send your explosive. So you can put down explosives. And, you know, put an explosive there. As we walk past, we can detonate it afterwards, for example. Not much to do here, but you can do a lot of coordination here. Like again, if you have a bunch of actual players, you can do a lot of interesting things.
Reloading. Reloading. Cover me.
Cool. Poison, ammo, actual ammo, field armory, average lockers. Let's get our exfil on. Then I'll call the episode there, and then you have a vague idea of what's happening. So that if I put out some future episodes with Shogun and doing some co-op, or you know, we might do some streaming some co-op at some point. With you can get eight people here, so you can be able to get some good stuff. Get a bunch of people as well together, might be able to get some good co-op stuff on stream. You never know. Let's have a look around. Holding for 50 seconds, although again, this is not going to be difficult. Early game, a lot of support, a lot of AI. Like the AI is very required if you're alone, or even if you have like me and Shogun as well, is not enough. But with the AI are very strong, just because A, they have infinite ammo, and B, like they have like ridiculously fast reaction times, and their abilities are slightly different. Just using the Overwatch to talk while we're waiting for things to happen. So the more players you have, I think the more interesting it can get, because the less reliant you are on
Evacuation
AI.
is ready. Please go to the nearest extraction point.
Yeah, it's right here. Come on, I was waiting. I saw you invisible there. Let's get out of here. That's me. Bye. Lark. Bye, Lark. And line will come out eventually. If it was stuff, you wait for everyone. But nope, there, you get some stats. XP gained to your total account XP, 1,700 experience, hits taken, a lot of stuff done there. You can see what's happening here, like power stations turned on, objectives fulfilled, lockers looted, STROL substances destroyed, biomass is destroyed, secondary missions completed. There's a lot of stuff there that just affects also your the meta level.
Executor, your actions on the battlefield have increased troop morale.
Yay.
However, from this point forward, consider all Marines expendable.
Yeah, we get our first 3 followers. So that if I go back into Armory, you have, again, they're not the same people, but you have Kenneth.
This section contains a list of available troops, injuries, and a list of combat capabilities.
You have, again, we start off with 3 people. We have a marksman, in this case Jean. We have Kenneth, our current medic, and Noah, our current recon. But they are ridiculously strong relative to like stuff, because your marksman covers an ability to have, for each level of the skill, the marksman will call in a remote sniper to basically, if there's a marksman on your team, enemies nearby you just slowly die. The more ranks you have in marksman cover, the faster things around you just die. So that can be very, very easy, because it doesn't even require shooting, they just die. Medics are very good at keeping people alive. And the recons have reconnaissance. For each level of the skill, the recon activates the experimental device, teleports nearby items to you. So if there's a recon on your team, a recon AI on your team, every once in a while, drops just appear at your feet, which can be very, 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 very easy. You just go, I need ammo. Look, ammo just appears at your feet. It's like, okay, thanks, appreciate that. So they're required if you're in single player, just so you can't, because you can't do a lot of stuff by yourself, and you need the extra hands. But it would be cool to be able to get like entire runs through different facilities. You have your research, so you can research like new weapons, boot shotgun, submachine gun, the salamander flamethrower, infrastructure, which a lot of the stuff affects your pre-deployment stuff. I think communication systems are required to build outposts. Landship support, I think, affects deployment speed. so you can get to the fight faster, so there's less time for the hordes to arrive. Pathogen mutation research allows you to start researching the enemies. Basically, you can start researching the enemies. That leads down the tree of like capturing enemies for research purposes. Engineering isn't here right now, but engineering lets you start building those one-off items. You can go like building. You can sort of fight with mission with like 20 extra magazines, which you can dole out to your friends. Upgrades is permanent upgrades to your Landship. Archives is basically just
The archives update when various
exactly. So
information
there's a
is collected.
bestiary.
As the
There's a lot of
warden
stuff about
keeps
characters
your
and
sword,
the
this
documents of the
section
story.
you are advised to visit whenever
Items and so
information
forth. And
is
profile is
available.
basically your account-wide profile where you can spend skill points on things like weapons. Again, skirmish only. This only affects skirmish stuff. Very few things actually affect your campaign. Your combat suit affects campaign. That affects like how much max health and so forth in your campaign. These are all stuff just for the skirmish. So the only thing that affects your co-op campaign, I believe, is combat suits and squad implants, which increases the power of your squad. Other than that, everything else is just, I guess, bestiary as well, but you have to be able to capture them. And they give slight bonuses, like increases damage by 1%, increases health by 5, and so forth. And they stack up over time, but slow. And you get all the research needs done, all the classes there are. I think there are currently 7 classes in the game, 6 classes. There's the assault class, which is what we had in that last mission there. So they've got things like grenades and etc. There's the demolition class, which basically designed to use explosives. So they get like rocket launchers, and they get bonuses to using item explosives like the incendiary weapon stuff before. Heavy again has basically large miniguns or light machine guns for like fire support. Marksman gets like long range rifles and a lot of stealth work as well, so they get like powerful one-shot abilities rather than AoE abilities and like multiple like horde killing, which is the heavy and demolition. Medic is for healing. Recon is good for stealth and access, and also for like dropping like artillery stuff. The Terminator is one of the newer classes, which is basically a alternative on the heavy. I think it's a bit more of a skill heavy, and I'm trying to learn Terminator as well. I think they're adding to another class very soon as well. So how many classes was that? It was assault, medic, marksman, recon, heavy, demolition. Yeah, so 7 classes at the moment. And there will be, I think they're adding a couple more. So the game is out. It's not an early access. It's out, but they're still adding some stuff in. This is just basically an overview, just so that you knew what is coming when I play anything with Shogun or update with Shogun, or if I do anything on stream with it as well. This is not going to be, I think, a continuous series. This is going to be coming out sporadically, depending on whether or not we get some footage in. I've got some footage to add in, so there might be some more episodes of this currently, but going forward, it'll be depending on when I get footage. But yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Hope you've enjoyed this. Again, if I do this on stream, I'll let you know on Discord. So if people want to hop in, we can hop in, because you can have up to 8 people. So, regardless, I'll catch you all next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.